Kiss them goodbye. There are only 4 more episodes left for Desperate Housewives, a show that once was the #1 scripted program on TV and was a Sunday night staple here on ABC these last 8 years. But 37-year-old Eva Longoria, aka Gabrielle Solis, says it's the right time to leave Wisteria Lane and end the journey that took her from breakout star to TV's top of the heap. You know how those LA showbiz types are always saying, let's do lunch? Well, I figured, let's do it right.
We're making some guac. I'm excited.
My crash course in Mexican cooking was by no means a cakewalk.
Oh, I think we put too much cilantro, but that's okay.
Sorry. That was me.
That was my bad. That was Katie. She's the non-Mexican in the kitchen.
But in the end,
All right, cheers.
Cheers.
it was worth it.
The sauce is really good.
Eva Longoria's got saucy down to a science, playing the suburban sexpot Gabrielle Solis for 8 seasons of Desperate Housewives.
You laid out all your positions. Don't you want to get acquainted with mine?
It's a gig that's afforded her many things.
Make mine a double.
Among them, her very own restaurant, with a name that's very Gabby-esque.
Here we are at Beso, and that means
Kiss in Spanish. Kiss. I wanted to kiss everybody who comes in.
and I think everybody would really enjoy that. So you better be careful.
I know. My lips are on the napkins. They're on the napkins, so my actual lip prints. So they get to go home with a kiss.
Having left her mark on pop culture, too, Longoria is looking back at Housewives as a show that blazed a trail where 4 mature females could be the leads.
That was a real frisbee to the head, that one.
And a Latino married couple could be loaded.
You're going to be a tough act to follow, Carlos.
In fact, you say that Gabby and Carlos were kind of like the modern-day Huxtables in some ways.
I remember just, the entire Latino community embracing Gabby and Carlos and going, they're affluent and they don't speak with an accent and they are educated and they're living the American dream. And so that was really great to be that kind of role model in television.
But let's face it, Gabby is no Claire Huxtable.
She wasn't.
Did anyone ever come up to you and say, I totally relate to Gabby? Or would you be like, I hope not?
Hope not. I remember one time I was at a basketball game and there was a Cardinal there and he said, I love your show. And I was like, hey, are you watching my show? Don't watch my show. I just beat up a nun. It's interesting because I am in a big transition in my life. I am not married. I always thought I would be married at the end of Desperate Housewives. The show's ending. A lot of chapters are closing in my life, and so now I'm at a point where I get to redefine who I am.
And it wouldn't be the first time. The Corpus Christi native was the odd one out in a family with 3 older, and she says prettier, sisters.
You've said you were an ugly duckling, which, to be honest with you, I don't believe
I know.
you.
Nobody believes me. You have to see pictures. We'll send some pictures.
But the ugly duckling certainly turned into a swan. She was winning beauty pageants by 23 and starring in daytime soaps at 25.
All right, I get the point.
When I landed the role of Young and the Restless, my parents and my family was so happy I had arrived.
When she first arrived on Wisteria Lane, Longoria barely knew what hit her.
And I remember sitting in the trailer and Marcia saying, your life's about to change. Our lives are about to change. And I'm like, why would our lives change?
Relentless tabloid scrutiny would be one reason, especially when her split from husband and NBA star Tony Parker went public last winter.
I think I handled it as gracefully as I could. And it was painful, but life goes on. And, I always said I hold on to the love and not the loss. I think the press also wanted me to hate him and wanted to villainize him. And I don't. And I didn't.
And there was plenty of Housewives drama behind the scenes. Most recently, when Nicolette Sheridan sued ABC for wrongful termination, claiming she was fired after complaining about being struck by series creator Mark Cherry.
It resulted in a mistrial, a hung jury, but I think 8 of the jurors sided with her. Were you surprised?
I was surprised there was even a trial and that it went that far because I love Nicolette and I love Mark Cherry and I love our work environment and it's a stain on our legacy as a hit show, and so it was just unfortunate, the whole thing.
But Longoria's moving on, and she says she's most looking forward to her new role as one of President Obama's national co-chairs for his re-election campaign. She's even gone back to school to make sure she knows her stuff.
I'm getting my master's in Chicano Studies, which is Mexican-American studies. I find that I needed, for myself, to be literate in the topics I'm talking about. If you're only superficially commenting on things that you really don't know about, it's dangerous. And so I didn't want to contribute to that dialogue.
She's had 8 years to hone her political skills on Wisteria Lane,
You do not want to start a war with me.
a place where things were never as idyllic as they appeared, and the grass was always greener. It sounds like at least one housewife is desperately going to miss it.
What do you think you'll miss most about the show?
Oh, God. The girls and the crew will never have this dynamic again. I know it. And we'll never have this perfect chemistry. It was just great to go to work every day.
Eva's also got 5 movies coming out. That's right, 5. And she's producing 3 TV shows, one of which is the new Mark Cherry pilot for ABC called Devious Maids. So she's got a lot more on her plate than just guacamole these
Yeah,
days.
she does.
Yeah.
Well, I really wish I could talk about what you guys were talking about right at the end of that piece, but I think I'm going to pass.
Really? I was saying how cute she was,
Oh.
and Josh, and you know.
I'll get
they're-
I'll get the resume together. Katie. Thank you very much.
I'm glad you
Letters of
guys went there.
recommendation, Sam. Can you help me?
Anyway, by the way, you can get some of Eva's favorite recipes on yahoo.com, so you may
You can
want to learn
practice up.
some of
It's
those.
a good way to make an
And I will
introduction.
say this: it's a great restaurant. I've been doing it in Las Vegas. It's fantastic.
Did you
get the
It's
kiss?
fantastic.
Anyway.
Anyway.
So-